get under someone to get over someone. Wait 6 months before dating again. The best way to get over your ex is to find someone new. You've probably heard all of this advice about dating after a breakup, and like most breakup advice out there, I feel that it can be sometimes oversimplified, and it can sometimes do more harm than good. So today I'm gonna tell you my opinion about dating someone new after a breakup. But before we dive in, feel free to grab my free breakup recovery cheat sheet. It shows you over 40 ways to put that bitchin' broken heart back together so you can feel like yourself again and create solid opportunities for love, whether that's with your ex or someone new. Links in the description down below this video. But anyway, let's get back to the main stuff. And let's start with the most common piece of advice. The best way to get over someone is to get under someone else. Now, this advice by itself, as all the pieces of conventional advice on this topic, is okay. But we need to dive deeper into it a little bit. We need to add some much needed context. When you're just dating and fucking around and you're not over your ex, you run the risk of actually suppressing your emotions instead of processing them. And then those suppressed emotions, they usually don't just disappear. They sit there, festering like a wound, waiting to explode all over your next relationship. Now, the second reason this could be bad advice is that because of your suppression of emotions, you have a tendency to trauma dump on some other poor unsuspecting person who just wanted to, let's say, take you out for coffee. And trust me, nothing kills attraction faster than telling your date about how your ex didn't appreciate your emotional availability while crying into your cappuccino. Third reason, this might not be the best advice. You're likely to idolize or demonize every new person you meet by comparing them to your ex. As in, they're nothing like my ex, they're perfect, or they breathe exactly like my ex, they must be toxic too. Neither of these mindsets are healthy or fair to the new person, and you want to acknowledge that. Now let's talk about timing. How long should you wait before dating again? Now some people, they give specific time frames, as in wait 1 month for every year you were together, or wait 6 months specifically, or wait until Mercury is in retrograde, whatever the fuck that means. Here's what I think. It's not about time, it's about your emotional state. So I say you are ready to date when you've processed your emotions, when you started to essentially not suppress them, not run away from them, but you actually learn how to deal with them effectively. Another important criteria, you're excited about meeting new people instead of just trying to fill in a void. You're genuinely curious about what or who else you can meet out there and you can date. And you actually like yourself enough to be alone. That's also the third and probably the most important point on this list. Now, just to be crystal clear, when you're not ready to date is when you're still obsessing over your ex, you still cry yourself to sleep while hugging their old t-shirt, you're using dating apps as a form of self-harm, you're still hoping to get a text from them, you're looking for someone to just save you from your pain, you've turned bitter and think all men or women are trash. Like, these are just massive telltale signs that you're not ready to start dating just yet. Now let's talk about rebounds for a second. A little bit of a tangent. Now everyone knows what they are, but few understand how they actually work. A rebound relationship isn't just about dating someone new quickly after a breakup, or prematurely would be a better way to put it. It's about using another person as an emotional band-aid. And like any band-aid, it is temporary and doesn't actually heal the wound. Now here are some signs you are in a rebound relationship. Maybe casual, maybe committed, it doesn't really matter. So you're more focused on not being alone than on the actual person you're dating. You talk about your ex a lot, like way too much. You're moving way too fast because you're trying to recreate the intimacy level you had with your ex. You're dating someone who's completely different from your ex just to prove a point. You get anxious when your new person doesn't text back immediately because you're still maybe carrying some trauma from your previous relationship. So all that being said, how do you actually start dating again in a healthy way? First, I suggest going, rewinding this video back to the signs section and just going through all of those signs. Do you feel you have a good grip on your emotions? Do you find dating exciting, and are you curious about meeting other people? Are you just, a little bit, or do you just wonder a little bit how it would feel like, and you kind of get this little smile on your face when you think about it? Those are usually good signs. But in addition to that, you should do the emotional work necessary before you go out and meet a ton of people. And I know it's not sexy advice, but you will be better off if you process your breakup properly and then you escalate things by actually going out and dating. And that means feeling your feelings instead of drowning them in alcohol, casual sex, or Netflix binges. Second, you want to rebuild your identity, like who you were before the relationship, as in what did you love, what did you want. I want you to find that person again. And third, I want you to get clear on what you actually want. Not what you think you should want, not what your ex made you think you deserve, but what do you want? As in, what kind of a partner do you want? What kind of relationships are you looking for? What kind of partnerships do you want to build long term and short term? And fourth, I want you to start slow. And I mean glacier slow. No you healing on the second date, no when we get married conversations over the first coffee, no trauma dumping during appetizers. Just take things slow. And fifth, be honest, both with yourself and with others. Like if you're not fully over your ex, that's fine. Just be upfront about it. This doesn't mean trauma dumping, this doesn't mean venting, it means simply stating a fact. I'm not over my ex yet, just so you know. Like some people will run for the hills when they hear this, and that's fine. But the right ones, they will appreciate the honesty. Now, let me just address quickly a few common fears that I got over the years when it comes to this topic. What if you never find someone as good as your ex? Well, in that case, let me be clear. Your ex isn't special. I know it feels like they are, but they really aren't. There are literally billions of other people on this planet, many of them amazing, compatible, and some of them will be even a better match for you than your ex ever was. And we have at least numbers to back that claim up. So it's not like I'm pulling it out of my ass, it's a fact. Now, another concern or objection that I get is, what if I'm not ready and I mess up a really good thing, like a potential relationship? And here's my kind of response to that. You probably will mess up a few times. You probably will ruin some awesome relationships with incredible long-term potential. But that's just part of the process. Like the key is to mess up honestly and learn from it, rather than pretending you're fine when you're not really fine. So bottom line, dating after a breakup isn't about finding someone new as quickly as possible. It's about becoming someone who's actually ready for a healthy relationship. It's about getting into the dating pool when reasonable. So don't rush it, don't force it, and for fuck's sake, don't use other people as emotional band-aids. Take the time to heal properly, do the work through your shit, become someone you'd want to date. Because ultimately, the quality of your next relationship depends not on how quickly you jump into it, but on how well you've prepared yourself for it. So remember to grab that free recovery cheat sheet I mentioned in the description via the link in the description below this video. And that's pretty much it from my side. Take care.